Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27 and the conclusion of the NFL regular season here, our fourth year with the Denver Broncos. We're going to stream these final two games with you today. But before we jump into it, we got the River Hogs. It's been our big rival the last couple of years since they relocated from Oakland. And as you can see, the last time we lost 4 weeks ago was to this River Hogs team. And then the last 4 weeks after that, you can see the scores. It's been kind of a struggle. And the Jets, the Jaguars, the Chargers, and the Chiefs have a decent record, but a lot of those teams don't have the best records in the world. And we have definitely struggled ever since the bye week. I would say we've been pretty good here. We had the big loss to the Texans, but early on we were doing good. I mean, we were putting up a lot of points early on. Let's look into what has happened since the bye week and see if we can't use these last 2 weeks to kind of get things turned around and go into the postseason in a strong way. We got Alpha Sapphire joining us. Welcome, Alpha. Long time. It's a long time no see. Glad to have you back in the house. We got a good set of games here just before the NFL kicks off here. We're going to do things. So this is good, Alpha. You can get the little recap. So we lost the game to the River Hogs, and I want to focus on Tom Brady III because he's the one that's been having a little bit of issues with protecting the football, things of that sort. This game, not terrible. 276, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception. Took the loss to the River Hogs. This is a pain because we got to scroll down every single time. The win against the Chargers, it was a win, and this was a really good performance as well. 318, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. Very nice performance, but a tight game. And when you're defending 2-time Super Bowl champions, winning by 1 point, come on. Then we had the game against the Chiefs, and this is the first of where, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, still had 248. And then the last 2 weeks, of course, you guys know the numbers. You guys can go look at it. The multiple interceptions that were thrown against the Jets, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but a good performance against Darnold, and then a multiple interception game we just saw. So you can see a lot of interceptions started to pile up, multiple interception games, and just really close games that we hadn't been having in the early part of the season. How many? Did we throw a bunch of interceptions in this one as well? We did. We had 3 interceptions. So we'll see. We can get this thing turned around. Let's get this one going. We always seem to lose at least one to the River Hogs every single year, and we're going to try to win this. We are still battling, by the way. We'll take a quick look at the standings before we jump into this game. We've pretty much clinched the AFC West. I suppose there's an outside shot for the Kansas City Chiefs, but that one tie might kind of mess them up there, where I think we're pretty much good with the division. It is now our big focus is trying to get one of those first-round buys. The Dolphins and the Steelers breathing down our necks. The Ravens have a win against the Broncos, so there still might be an opportunity to get first place, but we got to win out. The Ravens got to lose out, so still some important games down the stretch. Alpha says he's still playing Madden 25 because it's quite fun. Yeah, that is always the debate we have when we start doing one of these sessions. And I kind of want to pose the question, I do want to play kind of current games as well, but the older games are performing quite good on YouTube. And there's another series I want to do where I want to bring a former NFL head coach that didn't have NFL success but had a lot of college success, and maybe give him a run. And I was wondering if we do that in the new Madden, or if I buy one of the older Maddens on like eBay or something and go back to that era and play an old game. I'll be curious to see the numbers because we got some other older games coming as well that are to be released on YouTube, like Arena Football and things of that sort. So if those perform well, nostalgia retro might be the way to go, or maybe we sprinkle in, still play some of the new games, but it's just so hard to keep up with the yearly release. We're closing on year 13 with the Denver Broncos, and it's taken me from Madden 20 to Madden 24 to get 13 seasons done because it's impossible to keep up with the yearly release when they don't allow you to bring your save file over. So that stuff is up in the air. Curious to hear what you guys think. But for now, we're going to jump into this one. The River Hogs, 2 final home games for the Denver Broncos, the River Hogs, and then the Indianapolis Colts. Let's get to game time. Denver Broncos, Portland River Hogs. We got Alpha Sapphire in the chat. He is in the house. Let's see if we get SK Money and anyone else to come on here for this loaded, packed action. 2 games to close out. We're going to play 2 of them with you guys here today. And we got our in-division rival, AFC West rival, Joe Burrow, and the Alpha Pop. Did I call you Alpha Pop? Alpha Sapphire. Did I call you Alpha Pop? Oh, man. Maybe I was thinking Portland, Alpha Portland. The Portland River Hogs coming in. AFC West, Joe Burrow. They always seem to knock us off. They were the one team that ended, yes, SK Money is here. SK Money in the house. You know it's about to go big time. The crowd's popping for SK Alpha. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, very nice. Well, there you see the standings. River Hogs, Chargers, Chiefs, all still battling for a playoff spot. Denver ahead at 11-3. Yes, sir. You got to follow me on Twitter. TB Sports on Twitter. We tweet when we're going live, but I know the text helps. Dante Hall about to receive the kick for the Denver Broncos, and here we go. Big business. Week 16, 2 games left in the NFL regular season. Dean Groom booting this one away. Dante Hall is going to take it out of the end zone. And can the Portland River Hogs get another win over the Denver Broncos? They were the 1-15-1 many years ago when the Broncos nearly completed the undefeated season. And they've been the team that has basically gotten a win over the Broncos every year for the last 4 years. Tom Brady III. Interceptions have become an issue the last number of weeks, and he's going to try to work on that here in these next 2 ball games, trying to go on to the playoffs on a high note. Let's see what happens, and we're going to start things off with a play-action fake and going deep down the field, but it's going to be dropped by Gary Bryant. Well, the confidence is not shook on Tom Brady III. Confidence is still sky high. However, you get that drop pass, that's going to kind of make Tom Brady be like, okay, what just happened there? We don't want that to happen. Jonathan Taylor, and he gets destroyed up at the line. Jordan Bush, and a look at your River Hogs on defense. SK Money, are you a big River Hogs fan? What's your favorite River Hogs game? SK Money, I think, is a big Bucks guy. So 3rd and 10 for Denver. No offensive yards, and we'll see if these offensive struggles continue. It'll be yet another play fake, and Brady, that one is completed to Brendan Smith. The play fake, maybe some of you guys wanted a play fake on 3rd and long. We had a couple of 3rd and longs in the last game that we played with Jacksonville where we hit some of these draws. And I think that we kind of caught the River Hogs here because they were anticipating that draw. We're going to do it again, but we're going to do it on 1st down here, the draw play. And maybe they were anticipating that. And Brady pulls it, goes deep, and there you go. Some offensive output. And Jordan Birch coming in once again with the tackle. Jamil Pierce. Multiple years with Pierce from Miami. Now here on to Denver. Brady. Man, and those are the 2 guys every time we play the River Hogs. Chase Young is one of them that always comes in and does all kinds of damage. And Brady was just waiting for, there's a big clutter, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see, you can maybe rewind it back on YouTube, but Tom Brady III waiting for a lot of the clutter and some receivers to break out. He takes the sack, but that has been a big struggle for the Denver Broncos. Every time they've played this River Hog team, I would love to do like what they do with the Chiefs, Neil Smith, and get him on the Broncos. Chase Young has been one of the absolute nightmares. Cade Stover as well, the other one. Just always seem to get like 4 sacks a game against Brady. And Brady is going to unleash. It is caught by Anthony Page, the Penn Quaker, Ivy League. So 4 and 2. Just because Janikowski's been a little shaky lately, I think I want to go for it. We're going to line up in the pistol. Jonathan Taylor, he got it. Whoo, that was close. Taylor had to lower the shoulder. He had to knock back DeJuan Black and Bob Statowski. A couple of SEC line defensive guys. Florida and LSU guys. So what you guys, we got Alpha Sapphire, we got SK Money in the house. What have you guys been playing lately? You guys been watching anything good? And Jonathan Taylor barely gets the ball in his hands, and who else but Cade Stover. Those are the two guys. It's always Stover and Young. Every single time we play Portland, it's a disaster with those two guys. 2nd and 17. Watch the pressure coming from the linebackers. They're going to drop back. Brady will go out to Jonathan Taylor. Not much happening on that one. I just found NBA 2K23, so I'm playing that right now. Very nice. I'm actually watching, I don't know if you watch Secret Base on YouTube at all, but I've been watching, I'm 2 episodes in, so I got a couple more to get caught up on, but I'm watching the Fumble Dimension on 2K where they go through the past leagues and they accept every rule change and kind of break the NBA. It's really, really fun. It's really well done. So I encourage you guys to all go check that out. 3rd and long, and Brendan Smith picks up the first down. That could be something interesting we do. We haven't played, we're doing College Hoops 2K7. We've been playing that. Shaquille O'Neal, if you guys have had a chance to check that out. And we'll get back to that at some point. But I don't have any NBA series. I was doing NBA Playgrounds, and the viewership on that really kind of didn't do too well. But that's kind of interesting. There's a fumble, but picked up by Brown. 2K does have that, you know, they have the franchise where you can go back in time. That could be kind of fun. Play, kind of reshape the league. See if that would be an interesting thing to do. I'm always interested. Anytime, I think people like that. I think there's something fun to taking the regular teams, the modern teams, and trying to build them up as well. Brady, play action fake. And boy, there's not a lot of speed there, but there's not a lot on the other side of the field. So Brady, is he going to get the first down? Tom Brady the third. Wow, I mean, just what the heck? But yeah, I'm interested to see, because a lot of this, what we got on YouTube, you guys didn't really kind of get to see me build up the Broncos. Most of my time building up was with the Miami Dolphins. And we're doing that with the Diamondbacks now. But I guess most of and the Red Wings, but I think most of our series are kind of dealing with the legend players or the old school players. I'm curious if people would rather maybe kind of see that rather than try to build up a current team. NBA 23 has the Michael Jordan showcase where you could alter history or play out a... Yeah, that was one of the older 2Ks that I have. I forget which one. 14 or 13 has the Michael Jordan, where you can put him in the current NBA and watch him. And I did like 2 years of that on my old YouTube channel. Touchdown, Jamil Pierce. How about that opening drive for the Denver Broncos? That was the opening drive of the game. And there's 5 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter. That was unreal. I got about 2 seasons of that. I think it's up on our Patreon right now. If not, it'll be coming soon. But we did 2 years of that where he got picked up by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that was kind of fun. So kind of Jordan on LeBron's old team there, doing that thing. But yeah, I don't know what people like. I guess there's so many YouTube channels out there, or Twitch, where people take current rosters and build them up, that maybe there's something to going and playing with one of the older rosters and making those changes and whatnot. We're doing that a little bit on 2K5. Those are numbers. That should be Tom Brady numbers right there. YouTube's actually doing channel appears for channels. Oh, good. How do I get in on that? Is that something I can sign up for? I mean, at this point, I'm putting all my old stuff on Patreon anyway, so it's up there if people wanted to see that old stuff. Yeah, I guess the only benefit would be getting back my couple thousand subs that I had versus the 600 that I have now on my new YouTube. But that's primarily why we're on Twitch, just to have that as a backup. Yeah, hit me up or send it send it on like Twitch. I'm trying to think of what the best way to message it would be. Because I think you said you didn't have Twitter. Message, I mean, Twitter, Patreon. I think Twitch has like a whisper. Because I don't know if like YouTube would be happy. Usually if you post any kind of links and comments, YouTube kind of, they shut that down quick. They're not a fan of that. So I wouldn't want you to risk your channel by posting a link. They have like, you know, I think robot things to try to detect spam, and they'll take any kind of link that gets posted as like spam in comment sections from my experience with that. So Joe Burrow with the River Hogs. Been pretty good with this team. And pretty good there again, Micah Pittman. And a lot of this River Hogs, every time we jump in and use the Portland River Hogs, it's a lot of the same roster. They don't change this roster up a lot. So they usually, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl. The first year they moved to Portland, they went all the way to the Super Bowl, came up short, ended up losing that game. I believe it was the New York Giants. I have to check my archive stat book to see who that was. I think it was the Giants that they lost to. And since then, they haven't been back, but they've kept a lot of this core roster together. Those history stat books, they're up on our Patreon page if you want to see past Super Bowl champions, scores, stats, schedules, all that kind of stuff. That is up on our Patreon page. We're going to show you those plugs in just a little bit at the end of the first quarter, per tradition. The end of the first quarter here. So Joe Burrow answering in is going to be 3rd and 3 here for the River Hogs. And Dubose, I think I was supposed to drop back in coverage there, and instead I rushed forward, and that left Pittman open. And it's a first down for Portland. So there you have it, 1st and goal. Heavy formation here. Jamar Jefferson in the backfield. Handoff to Jefferson, and he is sat down by DeMarvin Leal. Texas A&M Aggie. There's a good old fullback handoff, not into the end zone. So it'll be 3rd down. And pretty much sticking in this heavy, big guys hitting offense, and not going to happen. Devin Bush. And so on 4th and goal, and Portland, rather than go for it, they're going to go ahead and take the field goal. You got good odds if you go for it, and if you don't, you're stacking the other team back on the 1, but I also get taking points because I am absolutely somebody that says you should take points. I think a lot of coaches in the NFL right now go crazy with going for it, and they end up costing themselves. Big example of that was the playoff game between the Packers and the 49ers, where the Packers went for it very early on. Now, obviously, they had a missed kick at the end of the ball game, and you can't account that that's going to happen. But the Packers, in that playoff game, went for it early on in the game, like on the 20-yard line, rather than take the easy field goal, and they end up losing the game by 3 points. Oh, I mean, come on. Here's the playoff picture again. We got to keep an eye at the bottom of the screen. We are the 4 o'clock game. We're finally done with primetime games. No more primetime games. So we're not playing late night here. And we got to change this thing up. because they're bringing the heat. I think that's the one. 4 verticals. If they bring everybody, we hit coffee across the field here with X. Let's see. Oh, they dropped back. Yeah. Ooh. Hoo, hoo, hoo. I still tried to get it in there. They got me. They dropped back in coverage, and I anticipated wrong. So there you have it. So keep an eye out. Let's see. And there you see the Colts. That's who we got next week. And I think some of the fear that fans have been having, these Bronco fans, is, you know, the last 2 weeks playing games, playing teams. In fact, the last 4 weeks, rather, teams that are either at or below 500. In the case of the Jets game that we just did and the Jaguars game, 2 teams that are well below 500 that are struggling. And we were in that game within the 4th quarter, which is, like, terrible. So this is why, especially the game coming up with the Colts, is going to be kind of a big deal. Because Indianapolis is not good. And, oh, that screen pass. Pierce. Oh, look at the speed of Pierce, but he ran out of room. The game with the Colts is going to be an interesting one because they're a really bad team. And it'll be interesting to see how they perform against us. I mean, the River Hogs, that's always a toss-up. I'm expecting this one to be close. There's a win for the Dolphins, so that does not bode well for us. We've got to keep pace right now. Miami and Baltimore, those are the 2 teams that we need to see losing games here to help our cause in getting that. And especially when we're a team that is struggling going into the postseason, it's absolutely important that we get that first round bye, not only to get a rest, but just to play one less playoff game, one less opportunity to lose and get knocked out. So we got to keep it up here. 2nd quarter action underway between Portland and Denver. Portland new to the NFL, relocation from the Oakland Raiders, but this rivalry has pretty much continued on from what Oakland and Denver has been over the years. Jamar Jefferson has been slow out of the gates here, but he will pick up the first down for Portland. Joe Burrow faces pressure, gets hit, and it's intercepted. Delta O'Neal, oh my God, he can't keep his momentum going. Delta O'Neal had all that real estate in front of him. But what a moment. Delta O'Neal, who got the game-clinching interception last week, the last time we streamed with you guys, the game-clincher INT against the Jags. DeMarvin Leal put the heat on Joe Burrow, and Delta O'Neal steps up, INT, and for there's one for us. You know, I always complain. I was complaining a lot in the last game of your offensive players not making a play on the ball. Well, now it happened to their side. So, happened to them now. Oh my goodness, that was big. Okay. Cancel. I want to do... Stop. I keep hitting the thing and it takes so long to come up. Oh my God, I just want to... There we go. Okay. I want to... It's not working how I wanted to. Call a timeout. Oh my goodness. Is that a new form or is that one that's been... Because I definitely did that way back when and it didn't work. But if it's like a new thing... I don't even remember what my old YouTube link was. Oh, it's a new form. Okay. Tom Brady III. And the old ball gets stuck to the hand, and Young's going to come in and get another QB sack. I will check that out. Thank you, my friend. I will check that out. Just see. Well, like I said, we'll see. Even at this point, now that I've kind of uploaded, it's almost more... It's almost kind of better off. I don't know. I have all my old stuff, or at least most of the old stuff, up on Patreon now. So it's like if people want to see it, they can go over there to see it kind of thing. The only thing at this point, like I said, I'm missing is a couple thousand subs, because I think I had like 2,000 or 3,000, and now I'm at 600 with the new. But if people are looking for that old content, it is on our Patreon page. Outside of a couple videos we might be missing here or there, so nothing weird with that, my friend. I played a 2K game from 2005 recently that's got the highest views on my YouTube page right now, so absolutely nothing wrong with that. Tom Brady the third looking at Chase Young and delivers a bullet. He's got the X factor, and Brady delivers right past him. First down. Nick Coffey got roughed up a little bit in the last game. I'm going to click this link right now and see what it goes to here. Tom Brady handoff to Jonathan Taylor. First down. Broncos looking good. Interesting. Okay. This does look different than what I did before. I wonder if there's like a statute of limitations, because that channel's been down since like 2020. So it's been like a long time now. So I wonder if you can even, I'd have to even go find, because I don't even remember what email address I was using. I'll have to do some digging. Thank you for that. I'll have to do some digging. PS2 emulator. I've thought about that if I want to try just getting some of the older games using that method. But the way I play, I have my TV and then I have my computer hooked up to a smaller TV on the floor. I don't know. I like just having OBS on a separate screen. I guess I can get a second monitor and have OBS on one monitor and the game on the other computer monitor, right? I have thought about that. I have thought of that as a possibility. But I don't know. There's just something about having the game and playing it on console that I'm so used to and that I like. Second and goal. Brady, nope. Yeah, he's going to go down again, and it's Chase. These guys are monsters. Chase Young, 94-53. It's like just every time you know you're going to get some sacks. My goodness. Brady. And that one gets popped away by Young. Man, I want Chase Young to come to Denver. Do you want to win some Super Bowls? Come on to Denver, Chase Young. Come on. Field goal here to put 10 on the board for the Denver Broncos. Man, the kicking is like, that thing goes so fast. It is good, though. Sebastian Janikowski. And that will give the ball back to the River Hogs. 6 minutes to play in this one. Let's see what Joe Burrow and the Ravens have knocked off the Houston Texans. Where have you heard that this year? So this continues to make this a must win, and I think that clinches home field advantage for the Ravens. Because if they lose next week, well, no, we have the same record. Say there's still a shot, because they can still lose next week, and we can win next week, and they can finish with 4 losses. So I think there's still a shot, but they do have the head-to-head win, and I think that's what a lot of people might even be looking at. They're looking at Ravens-Broncos potentially being an AFC championship, but there's still a shot where if we don't kind of win down the stretch here, Miami can still sneak in and get that final opportunity, that first-round bye. So watch out for that. Play action here. Burrow hit from behind, and he gets brought down. Mike Vrabel gets credit with a half a sack. I think I saw number 21. That was Jordan Battle, who's had some big-time interceptions. He had a pick 6 against Jacksonville. He had a big moment. Yeah, that is going to be Battle. So nicely done for him. And it'll be 3rd down and quite a distance here for Joe Burrow. DeMarvin Leal. Oh, he's putting that pressure into Joe Burrow's face, and that is one thing that we have done now. DJ Uiagalelei against the quarterback of the Jags. He ended up having a really good second half, but our defense has been putting some fear into these opposing quarterbacks. Only thing I wish you can do when you play the Super Bowl in 25 is you can change what Super Bowl you play. You mean like the stadium, the city? That would be a cool feature if you can just pick whatever stadium. I wish they would let you watch the Super Bowls in at least this game. I don't know about the other Maddens out there, but when we did our 2K5 series with Washington, we did a Super Bowl watch party with the Eagles and the Jets, and that was really fun to watch. And that was something I used to be able to do on Madden 12. If you guys remember those episodes, up on Patreon right now. If you guys remember those episodes, we would always watch the Super Bowl, and we would upload a Super Bowl episode. But in this Madden, and I assume the Maddens that we have now, if it's not your user-controlled team, you can't watch the Super Bowl. So that's like completely out of the question. There's like no way. I think it's the same way with the hockey NHL game as well. That like the MLB The Show was like that too. We just finished our Diamondbacks episode, season 3, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we couldn't watch any of the World Series games. So let us have that feature. Let us, watch or. Like, it's a video game. Who cares? If you want to user control the Broncos and then make every team lose 0 to 100, it's a video game. Like, let people have that. Oh, my God, wide open is Torrey Holt. Welcome to the game. Yeah, create your own Super Bowl arena. That would be pretty cool. I would like that. But give us that ability to watch any game, even if we're not user-controlled, including the Super Bowl. That is something we would do. But since we don't have it, we just got to keep putting our Broncos in the Super Bowl every year. So you guys have that to watch. Denver Broncos been looking good offensively. No turnovers yet. Tom Brady III. Oh, was just waiting for Nick Coffey to break loose. Did you see Brady just rolling and rolling and rolling and then delivers to Nick Coffey? Couple of down weeks, but it looks like, at least in this first half, we'll see how this game finishes. But the Broncos, they may be putting this back together and be looking at a Super Bowl three-peat. 2-minute warning. Can the Broncos become 3-time Super Bowl champions? Something not seen since Tim Tebow in our Madden 12 days. On patreon.com/TBSports27. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor. And the Broncos go up by 2 scores. No doubt about it. Does he hang on to the football? He does. He doesn't do the classic flip the ball behind him. Maybe it was just prime time. Maybe the Broncos were just tired. They were tired of being on prime time all the time. You know, we had 4 consecutive prime time games. Denver had enough. Yeah, what was that game called? I think I saw Soft Drink TV on YouTube talk about that. Is it Maximum Football? There was some other game he was talking about that was like a free. That was like a free game as well. There is always that, slight fear with a free game. They load it up with microtransactions and whatnot, but hopefully it's not the case. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Any game where they can give us some kind of roster editor, because there's a lot of really cool people in the football community that make a lot of really cool rosters. And then just a really cool create a uniform mode. And I would definitely move my RXFL series to something like that. The main reason we're doing the RXFL on Madden as opposed to college football or 2K5 or anywhere else that we had done it before 2K8 is there's a really good Legends roster that you can load up 32 teams with Legends, and you can't do that, obviously, in the old Xbox games because there's no internet back then, even though they have a good create a team. And 2K8 has Legends, but they only let you make 8 teams, so it kind of limits what you can do. So you guys want a 32-team league, right? Or would you rather just be 8? Is it more fun to have less teams or more teams, more variety? I think it's cool having all the Legends out there. 1 minute to go. Nicely done by Joe Burrow getting his River Hogs here down the field. Good pocket, and he delivers out there to Justin Jefferson. Next timeout going to be called here by Portland. Feeling like got to come away with some points here. Even a field goal will at least keep them in this thing. And it's always like, why can't we play like this both times we play Portland? We always slip up at least once against Portland. Joe Burrow deliver that one to Parson, or Pittman rather. Pittman, Parsons. That was a good first down, but there's 15 seconds left and no timeouts, so I don't know if we play like zone and just let them get a catch. And yeah, I think that might just screw them right there. They're gonna run out of time because if you go to hurry up offense, it always runs 10 seconds. Yeah, that was not a good decision. So it worked out. Now we got all this stuff on the screen. The game's glitched. That's gonna do it for the first half here. Denver holds Portland out of the end zone. And the Broncos offense might be back. 6 yards a game. Don't forget to subscribe, support TB Sports 27, and don't forget to come on back for the second half. Portland, Denver. Second half action is going to be good.